Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is well. I just want to get on here and talk a little bit about something that is taking me, oh my gosh, it has taken me so many years to be courageous enough to do in my life. So, like many people, I was taught to work hard. I mean, work hard. Don't give up. Strive. Do whatever it takes within your ethical code to do what you want to do. That's how I was taught. I think that's how most Americans have been taught, especially black folks, right? Because we were taught that if we didn't work harder than everybody else, we'd never do anything. And I think that was purposefully done because what I've found is that that is not the truth at all. The more I strive and push and force and try to make things happen, the more resistance I have to said thing. Now, eventually, things push through because my desire overrides the resistance. But it takes a long time. And the struggle is real because I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm desperate. I'm hoping and dreaming and not ever knowing. Not ever believing in myself. And what I have taken several decades to learn is that when I back up, make a decision about what I want to do, right? But make the decision, put it in words, write it down, connect to it in my heart and in my mind, but not being too specific, because what I've learned is my idea of what's perfect for me is so minuscule compared to what my bigger self knows is possible. So I try not to be too specific, right? And when I just let it go and be easy about it, that's when that stuff just flows, man. It flows just like a river going downstream, as Abraham says. I'm not striving. Oh my gosh, I wish I had been taught this when I was younger. But then I guess I wouldn't have the stories to share if I did, right? Every lesson I've learned, every struggle I've had, every challenge, every trauma gives me a story to tell that might help encourage others, because very rarely do people listen to others that haven't had any struggles, right? They can't hear them. They can only hear people they can relate to that they've had the similar struggles, right? So I know it was for a reason. It was definitely for a reason that I had such a difficult time understanding that I was creating the resistance to the very things I desired. But now, all these years later, I've been getting it. So even when difficult things happen, I'm able to say, okay, that happened. Not sure where life is leading me now. Like, for instance, this car thing. I've talked about that a couple of times. When that happened, I was like, I gotta get a new car right now. I gotta get a new car. But life and the universe and the insurance companies said no to that. You know, they gave me an extremely low buyout. The car's paid for, but I have nothing to use to get a new car. And I was paying $250 a freaking month. Who pays that much for a 2016 car? I was. The person with no accidents. The first accident I had was somebody totaling my car while I'm not in it. And my insurance is $250. Come on, that's another subject. But after a few days of stressing myself out, stressing my friends and family out, I'm sure, I finally grieved the loss of that car that was the material thing, that I was attached to. Once I realized that, okay, you can let that baby girl go. Let her go. Then I started thinking, oh wow, I really like the thought of sitting still and not having to go a million places. I really like the thought of this summer being a chill for me. I've been running like a crazy woman for a long time. I just go, 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 go. Everybody asks me, can you come here? I try my best to go. And I have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of friends. And I'm always the one going to see people. I'm always the one that feels the need to keep the connections with everyone. So I go to everybody. Without a car, I cannot do that. I just can't. So I have to sit still. And I have to let go of what I think I want. Because I'm realizing that what I really want is to sit still. I want to fast. I want to have a reset, a spiritual reset and a physical one. Confirmation. I want to breathe. I want to sleep without stress. I want to write. And that makes me feel so relieved and so easy. And I can't wait to come back to tell you guys what happens, because I have a feeling that little down payment I need for that new car, whenever it comes, it's going to be exactly when it's supposed to, and I'm going to get exactly what I deserve, which is a beautiful new vehicle. I believe that it's going to come so easy that I'm going to be able to pay most, if not all of it. I really do. I feel that. And I've never been like a fancy car person. I don't give crap about fancy anything, as you can tell. I've never cared about that kind of stuff. I've always chosen very practical vehicles. I've never spent a lot on stuff. I don't care about stuff. I care about trees and plants and stuff like that. So if you're like I have been, where you're constantly, I gotta get these goals, I gotta do this, I gotta strive, I gotta fight for it, reconsider that. If you have to fight for anything, maybe it's not something you want. Because what I'm learning is that life can be easy. You can meet the right person easily. You can get your body in shape easily. You can change your habits easily if you give yourself grace and you choose to believe and to know that you're going to get exactly what you deserve because you deserve it. I love you guys.